All right. So today's trade recap. TopStep is down, so there's no trades being placed right now. But on the screen, you can see this is the potential trade idea that I would have taken. I even have proof. Let's pull it up real quick. Let's mute this also. So we were looking at this and then waiting for the close. Of course, I was thinking about entering before, and I was a little bit angry at myself for not entering before like the close. And whenever we're having like strong momentum downwards. But then I told myself, we got to follow the rules. We got to be disciplined. And then I was looking at it, I was like, bro, we have a 1 minute for value. We can retrace, probably enter off of that. And then eventually the market is going to continue dumping. I was like, maybe I should get in here, But then again, just been patient. And then as soon as the close happens, like in a minute, you can see here on the bottom left data, APY disconnected. Something like that just pops up. And that's kind of just the story there, how it goes basically with TopStep. And then in 40 seconds here, we try to place a trade. And for some reason, tell me why. For some reason, you can see it says 48,000. You can see we're on what YM, but on my chart we're on ES, and I have these linked up together. I don't know why it was like this. It's usually never like this, bro. Whatever I have on my chart, it would usually connect to here, but for some reason it just wasn't connected. And I entered a trade on YM. Well, it didn't even go through. So it's user APY disconnected, attempting to reconnect here. Let me move my mouse real quick. And then boom, next thing you know, you can see here, boom, placing minus 10 trades, YM, placing minus 5. And I was like, bro, no. I was like, wait, I'm on YM, why? And then I looked at YM, my trades were not placed. And I was going back to YM. Then I went back to, the micros. I was like, wait, hold on, flat and all. I was clicking that flat and all day, boom. And then I switched it, and I took a buy, and then I was like, what am I doing? And I took a sell, and I was like, wait, what am I doing, bro? And I was like, this shit not working. Then I flattened on, and then I was panicking in this moment because I didn't want to have majority of the move missed out on, but it is what it is. TopStep's down, I canceled off flattened all. I was trying to make sure, like, this shit is not on no, nothing, bro, no market. I'm just trying to be out fully. But you can see it was on the combines, and then I refreshed, and then eventually it just never loaded. So yeah, that's pretty much really it. Here would have been the trade idea. Hear me out for today. So let's go over it real quick. I was on a 3 minute. Not really much else to go over, really. Just a 3 minute. 3 minute time frame. After we had that close for the fair value up here, enter stop loss break even below these lows. You can see the market eventually reached it. If you go to the 1 minute here, you can see the market reached it, and then eventually we started to dump, and then the London lows were the target, and that was basically really the trade idea. It's not rocket science, pretty simple, pretty sweet. During the morning session, I was looking at this, I was like, bro, this does not look good to trade. I'm like, all right, it's cool, TopStep's down, I really could care less. But then eventually it came back up, and I was like, oh, hold on, wait, we can potentially find a trade idea here, and it just never worked out, which is pretty unfortunate, because again, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna say different scenarios, but I probably would have been out of drawdown on one of the combines. Basically, the combine I locked out yesterday, that was down 2%. I probably would have been out of drawdown with this trade, and then I probably would have been up on the one that we bought yesterday. That's at break even. So that's pretty unfortunate, but again, consistency. That's all I'm aiming for. This is probably going to be the last trade recap too for the year. I won't lie. I probably will stop uploading for a little bit. I'm going to take a little bit of a break from content and just everything in general. I'm going to have a reset, and I'm going to come into 2026 pretty strong. So yeah, I'm going to take a little bit of a break from content. I'm still going to be on the charts. I'm still going to be trying to learn more, grow more, and become a better trader. Obviously, I'm not going to give up on trading. I'm not going to just be posting, basically. I'm still going to be focusing on trading, like doing my hindsight trades, playbook review, probably analyzing my notes that I have collected, and then probably watching some ICT videos. I usually like doing this whenever the markets tend to get slow, the last 2 weeks of the year, like the last week of December, and then like the rollover week, basically, and then eventually Christmas week. So yeah, I'm probably going to be watching ICT, studying, and then eventually reviewing my notes and reviewing my playbook, and building a new 2026 system. So whenever we go into 2026, the system is already built and it's already good, and we're going to be able to just, show up every single day, take good trades, and that's it. I also updated the whiteboard, so I'm going to show you guys that in the vlog real soon. It's probably going to upload tomorrow, if I'm being truly honest. We already have a couple of videos scheduled for today. And yeah, that's probably going to be last couple of videos I upload for the year. And just really focused on trading, really trying to get max allocation, change my life, touch 10K a month consistently, refine my system, become a better trader, become more disciplined, become a better individual. And that's really it, bro. Now I'm about to just meditate, do the hindsight trade. That's really it, bro. Nothing else really to it. It's not, rocket science. Again, it's just showing up every single day, putting in the work, and that's really it. So that's pretty much really it. Peace.